few weeks ago, over on the Painting Phases channel, they did an Endor diorama with a murderous flock of Ewoks? Group? A murderous gathering of Ewoks. A murderous... What is the group word for Ewoks? I'll ask the Google actually, see what she says. What is the group word for bears?
Sloth. According to Yellowstone Bear World, a sleuth of bears. A group of bears is called a sleuth or a sloth.
Okay. With a murderous sleuth of Ewoks. Link in the description. Using Yoo-hoo glue for blood, and I wanted to give it a go. But what in Middle Earth could be so gory?
Trolls.
Murder Mordor trolls could definitely cause such gory carnage. Like if the Siege of Minas Tirith was rated R. I know I'm not in the US, but it sounds much cooler than saying 15 age rating. I haven't noticed till getting these PNGs, but they've changed the logos a few years back. Why does it look like it's toddlers learning numbers in school? They look like road signs in a children's cartoon. So now I can also finally make a slight dent, into my Oscilia starter set in my pile of shame. So far I've only taken out the rulebook, the dice, ruler, and the charge and prone tokens for my Riders of the Dead. Now to finally get something off the sprue. The thing is, you only have one troll, but there's multiple options. I want to make a drummer smashing a Gondorian into the ground, but I also want a hammer stained with the blood of his enemies. And with them out of stock, and I'm pretty sure they used to be £27.50 as well, it's time to go to my go-to, eBay. And I managed to get some old metal ones for I think a good eBay deal. Being already in pieces will make it easier for me for some converting repositioning. One did come more in pieces than the pictures on eBay would have suggested, but they were packaged in bubble wrap, so the effort by the eBay user is still appreciated. Now to search for some dead body options. With a nice selection with most races represented from my Bitbox and Broken Minis, I have plenty of options for my Mordor trolls murdering. So let's see what we can do with the trolls. This chap already has some gore with a splatted elf, so I'll respect the effort of the previous owner and reuse it. So this will be a troll from a second age, from the
Slopes of Mount Doom.
But he will need repositioning closer to the back of the base. And to go join his crushed elf friend, this elf's head fits perfectly in his crushing hand. And for this troll, I want to have a Gondorian skewered on his helmet spikes. And I think as the chieftain already has a leg crushing someone, and the drummer is hollow plastic, this guy is the perfect candidate for lifting his foot off a crushed guy like he's stepped in dog shit. So with a plan in mind, I started with getting my drummer built. So I've only realised during editing that I have the drums upside down, but it was necessary to get that lifting off the dead guy angle. Positioning one of the open hand troll arms and a drummer arm and hand so he looks like he's trying to balance the drums while not losing his last drumstick. Filling in the joints with some green stuff and blending it in with the shoulder padding and his back lumps. I added more green stuff to the other side of the strap so it looked more consistent as an overall shoulder pad. And also used it for his ponytail, shooting upwards instead of resting against his head. Easier for painting. To help with the later stages, I've kept the pieces separate and have the drumstick hand on the drum, so I can still get in there and attach his bongos later once he's all painted. Now to crush a Gondorian. Using a bowman because he doesn't have a shield, and I bend his body parts by melting him a little bit with a heat gun. For the base I have these cobblestone rolled broken bits from a previous build, and I slathered on my sand, black Mod Podge mix and then pressed them in. Onto painting, and once it's all prime black, I got the base colours on. Going for Rhinox hide and Mornfang brown for leather and straps and his drums, Lead Belcher for the armour and any metal trimmings, and Bugwing's Glow for its skin. And then I also painted up the reshaped dead models. I did a wash on the skin and the leather in Agrak's Earthshade. And then I dry brushed Cadian Flesh Tone over the Bugman's Glow. I didn't have a lot of time for this week, so I went with a quick and easy paint job. I painted up the base with different tones of grey, going lighter for the cobblestone. And now it's time for the blood and gore. Using Yoo-Hoo glue and acrylic paints. I went too much with a mix of black and red in my first attempt, going for a mostly red in the second. Not looking for the most realistic colour tone to the blood, focusing more on the stringy consistency and then slathering it over the drum and the squash guy. So I had nice strands of gore and should have left it alone to dry, but I picked it up and made some adjustments and then ruined it. But I cracked on with the other two and then went in even heavier on the gore when I bloodied them all up. I find blood doesn't look good on models, like on my sword, so if you're gonna go and do it, go all out. So here are my
3 monstrous trolls.
I think these went pretty well. Technically there was some 2 eBay fixes to this project, making them all look the same colour. I think it's all blended well, they look like they're from the same group, the same, no they're not a sloth. What is the group word for trolls? What is the group word for trolls?
I found this on the web.
Thanks. Google? What has Google said? A clan. I'm gonna say a troop, because they're in the army. I can't remember what I was on about actually. And now for some montage shots. So there we go. Plenty of blood, plenty of gore for Halloween. Very fitting. I didn't do the most extravagant paint jobs, but I just did it nice and quick, nice and easy, nothing crazy. Bit of an eBay fix really for those other two, getting them all glued, and plenty of mess ups with breaking an arm off when I had it all glued on and ready. But that's what happens. But we're all done, all gored up, and I think pretty good. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already, and leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. And of course, and as always, subscribe, and if you like what I'm doing here, if you like the channel, share it with any fellow hobbits or those who dwell in Middle Earth. See you on the next one.
It's quite cool.